Hello, this is Yoga for Tiny Spaces. So I've seen some of y'all's set up in your houses. You're doing so good with these Zoom classes. And I know that it could be the case that maybe you have a couch or a chair, coffee table. I was training a woman in a new location the other day, and she had a chest of drawers behind her mat, a bed, and a wall right here. And this was like literally the amount of space she had. And I was like, ooh, this is a whole thing. I'm going to do a video on this, how to do a yoga series in a small amount of space. Yeah. So in some ways it can feel limiting, but it can also be beneficial because you can use a nice sturdy piece of furniture like what I have here to rest your leg on or as a balance buddy. Okay, let's get moving and I'll show you what I'm talking about. I'm filming this in July, and wash rag is one of our July 5. So let's start with that. So the good thing about doing this wash rag with limited space is I won't be able to do this, which is not really what I'm doing. It's like jamming my knees way over to the side. So what is wash rag? It's a little bitty lean to one side. So I'm leaning on one pelvis, right pelvis, then leaning on my left pelvis. This is kind of the bottom half of the wash rag. So really, if I had a wall at my mat and I stopped at my mat edge, that'd be a good amount of tilt. It's pretty tiny. And then here's what my upper body's doing. Can you see how one shoulder can come off the ground? One shoulder's heavy, one shoulder's light. And I'm just going to spin around. I'm going to keep changing positions so you can see because I'm kind of hidden behind this furniture. This was the pelvis part. Easy, really easy, tiny, rocky to one side, rocky to the other side. Here's the upper body part. I'm rolling my shoulder and I can let my head roll, rolling it open. So I'm thinking of closing up or opening up my chest or my shoulder. Now, can you see those little diagonals in my shirt as I start to do right shoulder, left hip off the ground? Yeah, and this is real easy. Easy. This is more of a brain exercise than like a big old strength thing. Yeah, just see how squishy can you make your belly, because we're going to do some strength stuff here in a minute, but this ain't that. This is just like squishing and squishing and squishing. Take another big deep breath and notice how easy is it to let your pelvis roll left and right. Let your head roll. And if there's feeling like there's a sticky spot or an owie spot, go slower. Maybe a small move. This could be like so tiny you can barely see any movement. Yeah. Okay, so that's our wash rag. I'll stay here and show you a couple bridge variations. One is just bridging up the middle. That's a nice basic bridge. And when I say bridge, what I mean is I'm lifting my hips and I'm trying to get length here in the front of my pelvis. So here we go. Easy bridge up and down. We're going to do 10. That's 2, 3. Let's see if I can actually count all of these today. 4, 5, 6. I'm a notorious bad counter. 8, 9, 10. So I'm just starting to wake up the muscles in the backs of my legs. Now that little tilt we did, oh, we could play with that. Let's just do 5 here, coming up and down the left. Easy tilt. So I'm a little bit heavier in my left pelvis. That's 2. Easy does it. 3, 4. I can feel my left shoulder heavy, left ribs. 5. Now I'm going to turn the corner. I'm over on my right hip. So I just got a little more weight in my left heel and my right pelvis. Yeah, easy does it. Relax your neck. That's 3, 4. And I'm kind of whipping through this, but you can always pause this. Yeah, rest for a second. I'm going to show a little arm variation we could do from here, and then we'll add that to our bridge. This is puppet arms. I'm going to reach my arms up. And when I do that, my whole upper back and head can move. And then I let my shoulders sink. And the goal of this one is to relax your pecs. Inhale, reach. Exhale, sink. See how much movement you can get. I'm feeling my shoulder blades winging around, and I'm feeling my belly kind of mushing. I'm making this, what is this, concave, convex, rounded upper back. And then when I come down, my shoulders get heavy. My head and neck come back to just rest in a neutral position. So this is a pretty slow version. I could go slow up, slow down. If you've done these with me, you could do a faster version where you're doing more like clunk, 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 or you could do one arm. Yeah, and that turns into a little twist and reach. Yeah. Let's do 4 more of these guys, alternating, reach and drop, reach and drop. And I feel stuff happening in my torso. Last 2. Okay, now we're going to add the arms to our bridge. This is a little Pilates style bridge series. I'm going to bridge up, reach my arms. Now my neck is nice and long and relaxed. I'm going to reach my arms to some distance up by my ears. If they can rest on the ground comfortably, do that. If that's not so good, let them hover off the ground. Bridge down. Bring your arms down. So I lifted my pelvis. Big old arm reach. Heavy chest, heavy ribs, heavy waist, heavy pelvis. We're going to do 3 more of these. If this hurts your shoulders, just go back to regular old bridge. Lifting and lowering your pelvis. Last 2. So I'm just adding a little shoulder mobility to my hip and spine mobility. And I can feel my hamstrings working. Okay, last one. Oh, I am counting. Yeah, good job. Now what do we got to do? Oh yeah, we got to do, I have one of these bands here, but you could also use a towel or a strap. Yeah. And so let's play with our roll up. So I could start here and roll part of the way back. And I can use my arms. I've strapped my feet and I am in this roundy shape, like I'm trying to pull my forehead to my knees. I could roll all the way down. This is hard. Roll up, forehead to your knees. I'm showing bent knee version, but you could do this with straight legs. Woo. Let's do 5 more of these guys. Roll down. Roll up. So I am using my arms, pulling on the band. Roll down. Roll up. Last 3. Last 2. Last one. And then come on over to your belly. And we'll do cobra, right? This is a little back extension. So easy does it, lifting your chest, lengthening. I'm picturing my neck getting longer. And come on down. So I was working the front of my body before. Now I'm tensing up my back muscles, a lot of work in my upper back. I could push a little bit with my hands, but I'm seeing if I can mostly use my spine extensors to lift my head and chest. Okay, I'm going to count these. We're on number 4. We're going to do 10. I can inhale up, exhale down 5. So I'm showing hands wide. You could put your hands wherever you want. It's comfortable for your shoulders. You could start to push gently into your hands, and this could be a bigger move. Yeah. Only if this feels good on your back. 7. And my neck is just in line with the rest of my spine. So I'm not doing this where I jut my chin out. Yeah. I'm thinking stretch my neck long or press the back of my head to the ceiling. 9. See, I'm still counting. I'll probably quit counting. Here comes 10. Okay, rest for a sec. Take a big deep breath. Now we got a nice lunge variation. We can do low lunge here. And this is going to benefit you to have your piece of furniture. So you can't see my head, but that's okay. You don't need to see my head for this part. We're doing some kind of low lunge, whatever leg you want to start with. So I'm going to call this leg number 1. I'm on leg number 1. And I can have a little balance buddy here with my coffee table and my chair and my couch. Yeah. So I'm just playing with a little hip mobility, hamstring, slidey, glidey. If you don't need your hands, this could be a little work for your balance. Or you could bring your hands to the ground. Easy does it. Now I'm going to keep this foot set up and just turn myself a little bit to face my couch or my chair. Yep, and I'll do a little side to side. It doesn't have to be exactly to the side. It could be a little bit on the diagonal. So before I was going front and back. Now I'm going side to side, if that makes sense. Yeah. Mobilizing my hips. And then whatever this leg is, I'll call this my front leg, I could side bend over towards it. We'll do 5 of these. Oh, big old stretch. Now again, if you need your balance buddy, here's your piece of furniture. Big side bend towards the front leg. Yes, I'm bringing my arm up and over to some degree. Side bend. Last one. And then we got side number 2. I'm here in my lunge. I just turned myself around. Sorry for my rear view here. Side number 2, front and back. So this could be hanging onto your piece of furniture, hands on the ground. Couple more of these guys. And this side, just notice if this is any different. Your hamstring flexibility, hip mobility. This is just warming up our legs. Okay, that was about 10 of those. I'm going to turn and face my couch. Now this, I'm calling this my second side. It's to the front, yeah. Easy does it. Leany and leany and leany. And I should say this, you could pad your knee with a couch cushion or a towel. Here's your side bend. So if you don't remember exactly what you did before, just keep doing something. We're going to do stuff left and right. I'm going towards my second side now is my front leg. Side bend. So we've done some front and back moves, a gentle twist with our wash rag, a little bitty side bend. Now what do we got? Oh yeah, let's come up to standing and do our chair using our couch or armchair. So you're just going to sit down. Yeah. And then figure out a good spot for your feet. I'm trying to get into this 90 position, meaning if my feet are scooted back under my furniture, that's a lot of force on my poor little knees. And this is more work for my butt. Put your hands on your legs or on the couch if you need to. Lean forward and stand up. Yeah, and get all the way into that straight leg position, straight knees, straight hips. Lean forward, sit on your piece of furniture. Mine is not against a wall because I moved some furniture around to shoot this, but I would say make sure before you start doing this that you got a secure piece of furniture that's not going to slide around on. Yeah, so I'm leaning forward. Oh, I better count these. Last 3. Leaning. 4. Take a big deep breath. I don't know if you can see in this video, I'm kind of eyeballing my knees to make sure they don't do this or cave in. They're staying pointed straight ahead. 5, 6. Now, if you don't need to use your hands, you can have your arms out. This is how we usually do chair pose, or one way to do chair pose. Arms extended, or arms overhead. Yeah. Last one. Now come on down and have a seat, and we'll play with a little twist from here. I'm going to lift my bum just a little bit, barely off the ground, or off the couch, I should say. And I'm going to start to twist. So you might bring your hands to your thigh and try to get your rib cage to rotate. Hands to your thigh, ribs rotate. You could do airplane wings, arms extend. Watch my legs. My legs aren't moving. Ooh, it's my torso. I got my band here. This could be a fun band thing. You could hang onto your towel or your strap. Inhale, twist. So I'm kind of pitched forward, but you could be pretty upright. You could be chest lifted. I don't want to do this and twist down here. That's no good. Yeah. So I'm in an extended spine. Oh, I didn't count these. Let's do 5 more. That's 4. 3. Legs don't move. You're twisting your ribs and your shoulders. Last 2. Last 1. Okay, come on up. Take a break. Walk around. I'm going to pop my screen up just a hair. So by now, my legs are warm. I've done a little shoulder, a little hip. I'm going to keep my band handy just for a balance move we're gonna do here. First order of business, I'm gonna bend my leg that's facing my piece of furniture into some kind of a external rotation. So I'm gonna face straight ahead so you can see what I mean. This would be knee pointing forward. This is my knee a little bit out to the side. And wherever you want to rest this foot, it could be on your ankle, could be up here where you're mushing your heel into your thigh. I don't want to jam it right into my knee so much. Whoa, don't fall over. Whatever you want to do with your arms, you could bring your hands in front of your chest. You can bring your arms overhead. So this is a variation of our tree. Yeah, now I'm going to use my strap, that same leg, I'll call this my couch facing leg. Now I can extend my leg. And if you don't have a strap, you could just hold your leg out in front of you. Yeah, so you could play with the height. I could be working to get my leg up to maybe hip height. But if this feels more comfortable today, stay right here. Now I'm going to just take my leg to the side, and when I hit the couch, I'm going to stop, boop, and push my leg into the couch gently. Come on back. Yeah, so I'm taking my leg to the side. This is giving me a little lateral hip external rotation, making this a closed chain exercise, meaning my foot is literally pushing against the chair. Yeah, I'm pushing, holding for a breath or a second or two. Oh, dang it, I didn't count these. Let's do 4 more. I told you I was going to count. I'm not counting. Last 3. Push into the chair or bed or wall, whatever you got nearby. Last one. Now here's a fun mobility exercise. I'm going to take my leg up and over. Oh boy. So whatever your height is suitable for you, you could turn to the side. And this could be tiny. Up and over, up and over. You could, whoa, lift all the way up and over the arm, or if you've got a bed, this could be fun to play with depending on how high your bed is. You could bend your knee. Wow. Last 2. Up and over. Last 1. Ooh, that's a lot of work. Now I'm going to ditch my band and go warrior 3. So all I did was bring my legs straight back, and you can see my little toes. I'm trying to avoid rotating. Let's see if I can make this a really parallel position. Turn just a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. Arms to the side if you like, or arms overhead. One more big deep breath. Okay, come on down, shake out your legs. Now turn around so you can see this from the other side. Leg number 2, I'm going to call this my couch leg or my wall leg. Tree. Play around with this. This could be a little wobbly. Side number 2. You probably started on your stronger side. We're just here for a couple breaths. So I'm using, again, this whole hip complex, external rotators, pushing my foot into my leg, and pushing this standing leg into the floor. One more big deep breath. And then strap your foot or just extend your leg out in front of you. So I just turn so you can see what I'm doing, but you can do like this. Leg in front. And then you can play with your leg height. I'll turn to show you what I'm doing. You could lift and lower. So we're still on leg number 2 for all this whole series. Yeah, just experiment with that. You could bend and straighten. Now we're going to do our press into the furniture. So my pinky toe side of my leg, whoa, don't fall over, goes into the furniture. And I come back to leg in front of me. All right, I will count these. Let's do 10. That's 3, 4. Pushing your pinky side of your leg just for a brief moment. 5, 6, 7. So I feel all of my pelvis working to stabilize. 8, 9. This is a lot of work to push that leg. 10. Now here's your up and over. Woo, up and over your leg, over your couch. Yeah, up and over. If whatever you have here is too tall, just step to the side and do this. So it could be that you're going up and over a yoga block. Could be a piece of furniture. I got the arm of this chair. Can y'all see my little mascot? I got my sock monkey over here. My sock monkey saying, "You're doing a great job." He's telling y'all that too. Last two. Last one. Ooh, that's some good leg work and balance. Yep. Oh, dang it, I forgot the warrior two. See, I gotta look at my notes. So again, I'll show you this from the back, that leg number 2. Yeah. We're gonna do our standing balance. Leg goes right back. So the leg that was just doing that up and over. Woo, now here you got your balance help from your furniture, or arms extend out or up. Oh, this is my harder to balance on side. Couple more big deep breaths. Okay, come on up and shake out your legs. Let's see, what did I forget? Oh, we should do a half moon too, I think. Let's just do this once each side. So again, this would be really good if you had a wall back here. But couch, bed, any kind of piece of furniture could be helpful. There's 2 ways to use your furniture. One is to face your side of your leg or hip to your little piece of furniture. And again, you don't need to see my upper body. This is what my legs are doing. I got straight legs and I tilted to the side and lifted this leg off the ground. Now here's what this would look like if my back was to my wall or my couch. And a little tilt. So my arms are going to end up, this one's facing the ground, the other one's facing the ceiling. This is nice to do against a wall because you can really lean your shoulders, lean your head, lean your back, but also a piece of furniture to help you balance. One more big deep breath. And then we'll try side number 2. So I got my balance buddy here, my piece of furniture, taking my leg. Can you see how I'm like piece of toast in the toaster oven? Yeah. I'll give you a better view of what the heck I'm doing. I'm leaning, leaning on one leg, taking my arms up, and I'm trying to maintain this piece of toast. Oh, I can rest my leg on the couch. Yeah, that's a good way to do it too. One more big inhale. Okay, oh, some good standing balance. We got to do some lazy stretching for sure. I'm going to face this direction and show you how I can do a nice hammy stretch. And again, I'm using my strap if you have a towel strap. Otherwise, you could lift and lower your leg with no strap. So I'm mushing my leg into the ground. Easy does it. Lifting my leg. Let's try a couple of these guys. Really easy. Relax your back, relax your face. Maybe stick out your tongue. Now, after I take my leg to the side, look at this. Oh, that's nice. I can just rest my leg on the couch. So this is we're going to go back and forth. And then as I come this way, so my coffee table isn't high enough, but if this were a wall, actually, if I go this way, I get a little twist through my spine. Rest. This is a restorative and yin yoga concept is, they'll do a whole hour or 90-minute class of this kind of a supported pose, meaning you're propped up, you're in a position where you're getting some length in your muscles, but you don't have to do any work. Oh, what a nice idea. So if this feels good to hang out here for a couple breaths, and my leg is extended, meaning my knee isn't bent, but what am I doing? I'm doing minimal work. Yeah, to just let my leg hang out and relax. Okay, let's do that whole thing on the other side. So now we got leg down. Easy, relax the back of your leg. So this is, there's a lot of ways we can use our props to our advantage, even if that's furniture, your basement, your guest room. I feel like what's going on right now is a time of, there's a lot of change, a lot of improvisation happening, a lot of like, oh, I guess I could do it this way. Okay, now here's your leg out to the side. And I can just let my leg relax. And I'm kind of whipping through this, but you could hang out here for a few minutes, 5 minutes or so in this stretch. And I can bring my leg across and rest it on this piece of furniture, or if you had a wall. So this could be something you play around with in your house. Just notice you could start looking at the furniture in your house a little differently. Oh, what could I do with that? Sturdy furniture, of course. No slipping and sliding. No wicker. Something heavy like a couch or a bed. One more of these guys each way. Now, if you have room to do your hip stretch, I'll show you 2 hip stretches. We do this one a lot. Pigeon, if you're working up into it, you might start with your leg, one in the front, one in the back. And this is a nice hip mobility thing to do in and of itself. So I feel no knee pain, no knee strain. I could work on this, just getting a little mobility in my hips. This is a little more intense as far as my knees. So if you've got any funny business in your knees or you just don't like this pigeon, I'll show you a backup version. We do this one a lot in our Monday yoga. And I'm working on getting my pelvis closer to the ground. But if that ain't happening, I could always prop it up with a pillow or a block. So that would make this a more restful position. And again, there's a version where you just lounge forward, a version where you're more upright. Okay, so that's hip stretch number 1. See if I got room for this. Oh yeah, I got room to do this. So option 2 would be putting your foot on your furniture, and then I bent this leg, bent my knee, and crossed it over. Yeah, and I'm trying to avoid like curling my tail way up to the ceiling. So you might need to do a little wiggling to figure out where you need to be to have flat pelvis, heavy shoulders, and then easy does it start to open this knee out to the side. And if this were a wall, I could push my foot into the wall. Yeah. So then I could play with how close my hips are to the wall. So that's a little more passive hip stretch, not as intense on your knees. So here was the first. Now I'm on side number 2. This was the first. Oh, actually, I did this first, didn't I? This is nice little mobility. Yeah. How does my hip move? This is your pigeon. Yeah, and again, I could be pretty upright and a little back extension. I could round over my leg. Yeah, if you take one look at that and go, no way, Jose, that's not for me. You come onto your back. I've got this second leg. I'm gonna cross it over. Yeah. I can play with gently mushing my knee out and in. If I had a wall here under this, behind this foot, I could use my wall and push against it. One more big deep breath. Now, a lot of my ladies have been digging this rest position. I'm a little bit to the side just because of how my space is, but you could center yourself and bring your feet up and rest your feet on your furniture, or you could pile up some couch cushions. This is a nice rest position. Just getting your legs a little bit higher than your heart. If this is a wall, you could do legs against the wall like so, or with bent knees. So find a comfortable rest position, and then you can close your eyes for this part. You don't need to see me. You can just listen to the sound of my voice. And your rest position might be laying on your side. It could be sitting on the couch. Sitting in a chair. It doesn't have to be laying on your back. We'll take a couple of big deep breaths here. So that was a nice little bit of shoulder mobility and hip mobility, some standing balance, some leg strength, and then a quickie hammy and hip flexibility at the end. So as you breathe in and out, let's start with our feet and legs. Notice your feet and your legs resting on the floor or the furniture. You could compare left and right sides. You could notice if one side feels heavier or lighter. And you don't have to change anything or do anything with this information. You're just noticing as if you were lovingly curious about your physical state. Take another big deep breath. See if you can send your breath all the way down to your legs and feet. Thank them for working so hard. And then notice your pelvis, your torso. As you breathe in, could you let your belly soften? Could you let your pelvic floor release? Soften all the muscles in your low back. Allow your ribs to expand. Keep scanning up into your shoulders and neck, and just notice how your head came to rest on the ground, or if you're seated, feel like your head is on straight, or is there a little tilt or a lean? And we're just gathering information. Scan down through your shoulders, arms and hands. And then as you do this scan, and you could do this multiple times, you could scan your whole body, start over at your feet. You could go through each toe, each finger, all the muscles in your face. As you do these scans, any spots feel like they're drawing your attention, can you direct your breath to those spots? And we'll just be here for a couple more big deep breaths. Softening, relaxing, letting the floor or the piece of furniture totally support you. You don't have to do any work to be here. One more big inhale. And then you're welcome to continue resting here as long as you like. If you're ready to move, you might wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, roll around a little, see how you feel. Okay, so that was your yoga for tiny spaces. Check it out and let me know. If you have any feedback, shoot me an email or give me a phone call. Let me know what you think.